It's a fall day, Jacques.
It is, and it's a beautiful garden with a lot of harvesting to do.
A lot of harvesting, a lot of dew on them leaves. So let's get a harvest going. But actually today we have so much garlic and so many onion starts to get in the ground. So we need to clear out some space first, donate some of that produce, and then get the alliums in, because this is the allium explosion.
I can't believe you left all these for me.
Look, you can have some. This is one of the few times you can have some. We've got radishes in this bed. We had half this bed, Jacques, full of radish, cleared it, left these. We're gonna clear these. We're gonna put parsnips in pretty soon here. We're cracking parsnips here on the
I actually haven't grown parsnips before, and I feel like, I feel like I've disrespected them. I feel like I haven't given them what they deserve.
In as far as growing or eating?
Eating in general.
The thing about parsnips is I actually really enjoy the flavor. I had them a long time ago in New Zealand, Australia, and it was like carrots, parsnips, and turnips all mashed together with a bunch of butter, and it was fire. Yeah, I know. It was fire. I've just never really been able to crack growing them super well here in San Diego. So we are going to film a whole video for you guys.
I think you're still working on radishes too, huh?
Whoa, what happened to that one?
I don't know.
That's pathetic.
The same thickness as
Look at this one.
root.
Little double cheek.
Yeah, I like
little
that.
2 for 1.
I like that.
Toss all the greens down here. Yes, we know we can eat the greens. We're not going to. The hens are going to eat some. The hens are going to eat some.
Oh, this is that.
That's a black Spanish.
Black Spanish.
Yeah, that's a black Spanish. That one.
And it's like white inside, right?
Show the people. Show the people.
Oh, beautiful.
Look at that.
It kind of looks like a jicama.
It does. It does.
Are you gonna just get in there deeper?
I'll take a
little too dirty.
I'll take a little niblet. I'll take a little.
That was like a little rabbit nibble. Yeah?
That's nice.
Not bad?
Yeah, it's mild. Oh, wow. Apple a day.
It is mild.
It's mild, yeah.
It's kind of like those Japanese hakurai. Guys, if you like radishes, get the black Spanish.
Yeah.
That is gonna give you more radish than you ever know what to do with.
More radish for your dollar.
Absolutely.
They're heavy too, man. They're really heavy. Oh, we got a nice white one.
I don't know what this one is. Easter egg blend.
It's an Easter egg blend, so it's one of the white ones from that blend. That's hefty size though.
It is hefty, man.
So because we're harvesting so much at once, we are gonna set a donation up with a local food kitchen. Especially right now. I know that the shutdown's over, but it's holiday season, you know?
Oh yeah.
It's a good time to be donating food. So what we'll do is we'll just quick smooth this bed, Jacques.
Yeah.
But honestly, this was just the aperitif because there's a lot cooler stuff to harvest.
This stuff I'm more excited about for sure.
Whoa. All right, this is the bed of plenty.
Yeah.
I think, first of all, some of the best pak choi, bok choy.
I was gonna say, this is beautiful.
Look how big it is. Look at this. Look at that right there.
Honestly, I didn't even know they got that big.
I didn't either.
Well,
And you know what? It's that big. Well, there's only one. It's this big without bolting too.
Yeah.
Which means
don't even see
planting
essential stock.
Yeah, planting it into that fall is a really good call. So we're gonna leave this guy over here. But first of all, your favorite probably, the broccoli.
I've been super into broccoli, especially out of the garden. Let's see what you got
Look
here.
at that dewy broccoli right there. Look at that.
So that's like right out the stage where it's basically you harvest it today and that's the last day.
That's the last day, yeah. So
it's just starting to loosen up.
Pop the knife out because I actually can't, the stalk is so thick, I can't.
I don't know if that knife's gonna help you.
I can't
give you a sharper one.
Oh, that's not. What is this?
Try this.
Club? So take a look at the head of this broccoli. You're starting to see a little bit of greenness at the edges, like a light green. That means these florets are about to open up. So I would say this is, honestly, Jacques, maybe even a day late, but still very usable.
Oh, 100% usable. I'd say at most it's like a day late.
That's a good dono. So we got some hair tied up cauliflowers here, which Paul did. Very deft move by him because, why?
If you let the light hit the actual surface of the cauliflower, it starts to change color and like get a little bit worse texture.
Yeah.
The purpling on white, not that big of a deal.
It's not that big of a deal.
Honestly.
Yeah. But sometimes they go green.
Yeah.
Which to me, unless it's a specifically green cauliflower, like a Romanesco, I'm not really into it. So what we'll do, Jacques, is we'll cut open.
Take a peek at them?
These leaves, and we'll take a little peek. This is a nice looking cheddar, a bit on the smaller side, but still respectable. Oh, wow, that's a big boy.
Oh, well, this one's ready. My favorite thing about fall gardening is nailing the timing, honestly.
Look at this little cute guy.
That's a cutie.
This is like a club in a medieval game. Like, boom, just getting hit with this cauliflower.
Well, how about this one?
No, that's nice. Yeah, that's really nice. So with cauliflower, harvesting is much the same as broccoli, but it should be pretty much this tight. You shouldn't see a lot of separation in all these little florets and stalks and stems. It should be pretty compact like this.
This is actually turning into a pretty serious fall harvest.
It is, yeah. And a little for me, a little for the food kitchen. Feeling good about that.
And then, so when you're harvesting broccoli, are you well, I guess you just answered my question.
I answered my question for you. I know what you're gonna ask. I know what you're gonna ask.
I was gonna ask if you like to leave it to get more side shoot production, and then I saw you whip that guy out, and well, the answer is no.
Well, I think it just depends.
It depends.
If I have something I want to put in here, we have so much onion and garlic to plant
that's true.
I need to clear some space out. But you're right, you could squeeze out probably, let's call this a pound of garlic, or a pound of broccoli. It's probably not that much, but you probably get another third of a pound out of the side shoots over the course of letting it grow.
Over the like a long run, I get sometimes 2 to 3 times the original.
Yeah, but
that's over a long.
It's all trade-off.
It is
like, are you going to let it sit for a while, or
then it's also going to take up a massive amount of space.
At least 24 inches around.
That's true. That's a fair trade-off.
What else do we have here?
That guy needs a little more.
That guy needs a little bit.
Yeah.
But okay, so we've got our harvest. We'll show you the full haul. We'll do a donation, but Jacques, we need to get probably a couple hundred allium in the ground.
Every year we say we're going to do less, and we lie. We lie.
No. So not a bad little morning harvest here, Jacques.
Yeah.
I would say I'm gonna keep this cauliflower.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep this broccoli. We'll donate the rest. Anything you wanna take?
Honestly, I feel like I'll let it go. I'll let the donation take it. I have so much broccoli at home.
That's a first for you.
I have so much broccoli at home.
You know, like off camera, he's gonna steal one though.
No.
All right.
For real.
We have hundreds of cloves to plant. We need to figure out where to get those cloves in the ground. We got some interesting new techniques maybe we'll experiment with garlic based on our experiment we did this year.
Oh yeah.
So we planted garlic 8 different ways. And then we just have to pepper onions all around the garden. Pepper onions all around the garden. Let's go.
That's it.
All right, Jacques, from last episode, sweet potato harvest, we're already getting this planted, although we said we might let it sit for a bit. Honestly, that's kind of like what planting garlic is anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just gonna sit here.
Actually, yeah, we did put a decent amount of fertilizer.
We put a decent amount, but I still like the idea of just getting a little garlic specific fertilizer in here.
Sure.
But we need to run through our varieties. We have so many different varieties of garlic. So why don't you start that off?
Oh, okay. Well, let's see how far I get. So we have 2 pounds of music, 2 pounds of Enchelium red.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a classic that does well here. California white, classic. Chestnut red, I also like that one.
That one does well.
German extra hardy, I haven't tried that one, I think.
I believe we had some of it this past year.
Okay.
I don't remember how well it did for us though.
And then we have, I believe, 2 of each of everything we carried at Botanical Interest. So that includes Sicilian artichoke, Montana Zemo, Enchelium red, music, elephant, and a couple other more interesting ones like Shandong. That's the one I haven't tried.
Shandong, I tried almost my first year growing garlic.
That's a Chinese variety.
Chinese variety. It's a little more on that hot, peppery side. Yeah. It's a really nice variety.
I'm actually curious to try more of the Chinese ones. I haven't experimented with those yet. And then the other one I noticed here is Majestic, which I haven't grown before.
Yeah.
So there's a couple new ones, a couple classics, but we've got a lot of garlic. That's for sure.
And look, we've got a bed prepared for a lot of garlic.
Yeah, in this bed, I would guess that we could put at least 200.
I think so.
Maybe even more.
So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pop these cloves. All you do, take your thumb and just kind of inch it in there. Ooh, and grab these cloves out. That's the first step. Then you need to sort the cloves because not all these cloves are gonna be big producers for you. So we're gonna go in a popping frenzy right now. While Jacques popping cloves, I wanted to show you something we just came out with. So obviously we've had the 6L trays for a while, super sturdy tray, but we got annoyed with the labels that were out there on the market. So we created the Epic Plant Tag. Why is it cool? Well, if you like the 6Ls and you use them, watch this. Perfect fit, just fits perfectly in there, but also it's exceptionally durable. It's not going to degrade in the sun after one season like these cheapies will. These guys kind of break like after one season or so. These guys will last quite a while. We got the Epic Radish right up at the top. It's hard to see, but trust me, when you order them, you will see it. And they're really nice. I mean, they're really great, UV weather resistant, and there's quite a few of them in the pack. So give them a shot if you like them. The cloves are popped, guys, and it's time to pound that ground. If you remember a while ago, I showed you a prototype for this little product. We made it for fun. There's only about 400 or 500 of them available, but it's a stainless steel ground pounder dibber that fits the exact dimensions of the 6-cell, so you can go boom. All right, Doc, we're gonna go into music, try to take this corner over. Let's see if how does this work? Oh yeah, it's honestly pretty good. So we'll throw the music label right here, and we've done this a million different ways. You can soak it, you can space it all sorts of ways. We're just gonna keep it pretty simple. We have some garlic fertilizer right here. We're gonna use that in the hole. We'll just go down about 3-4 inches.
I guess this is exactly right.
It's exactly right.
Flush.
Yeah, just go to flush. Just boom.
And then maybe lay it down, that's like 6.
Yeah, and then just do that. So while Jacques is dibbing away, I'm going to tackle the next part in our Allium adventure, which is gonna be our onions. We have so many onions this year, but I think I'm just gonna put them kind of right next to the garlic, Jacques, and clear off this mulch. We'll put it back on after, but I do wanna give this just a light soil loosening because we had peppers in here for quite a while, which to me means might be nice to just loosen that soil up. Of course, we're growing a bulbing onion. You want to give it a little bit of room. Historically, what we've liked to do with onions is kind of dot them around the garden, and we're still going to do that because we have so many, but I do like a dedicated plot as well. As far as varieties that have worked, oh man, yellow Granex.
Yellow Granex always works.
When you plant your onions, you're almost always going to get more than one coming up. So I like to just massage that soil away, and then you can very gently tease these roots apart, just like that. I didn't damage a single root, and now I have 2. And then you can just plant it in. You get way more for your money this way, especially if you're buying them at like a nursery, Jacques.
Oh yeah, they put like 30 in a single cell.
They just cram it in there. If you guys haven't checked us out on the Samsung TV, by the way, we're on it. We got our own channel, Epic Gardening TV, channel 2095 on your Samsung TV. It's totally free.
While Kevin's over there planting the onions, I'm over here still planting garlic, and I went with the trench technique because although the dibbler worked really, really well, when you're doing 200 plus holes, your hand does get tired. So all I did here is I took my Korean hoe and I just pulled a trench just like this. So I just kept going until it was the depth I wanted, sprinkled in the fertilizer, and now all I'm doing is going back in and laying down the garlic every 6 inches. And then once this is all planted, we just bury it back in and you're good to go.
All right, Jacques, last of the onions coming through. We're feeling good, but we're feeling hot.
It's too hot.
It's like 80 degrees in the middle of freaking Thanksgiving week.
I've got my shelf sweat here.
Oh, don't.
You don't get that in the
Don't put that on the camera.
Okay, yeah, don't
put that on the camera. So about 300 cloves of garlic in, and maybe 100 or 2 of onion. We'll see how this pops in. Hopefully, you're having a great holiday season, my friends. We'll see you soon. Good luck in the garden, and keep on growing.